Let's do a talk through. Okay, as you can see, Au Naturel. I have dark circles. I'm using the Fenty stick, and this is in the color pumpkin to color correct around my mouth and underneath my eye. Next, I'm using the curve case by Made by Mitchell. I'm going to go in and further color correct. I'm going to add a little orange. Yes, orange. Just using a brush. It's a Morphe brush. Underneath my eyes again. Voila. For concealer, I'm using the Maybelline Eraser. Just going to go around top of my eye, underneath, around my mouth, shake it up a little bit. And next I'll blend. Next I'm using the Sephora, the Pro Concealer brush number 71. And I'm just going to lightly tap the concealer and the color corrector around my eye. I'm going to use a little mirror over here. Tap. Take your time. Tap it in. Next, I'm going to use a little of the Jaclyn Hill. Yes, I said Jaclyn Hill. The Jaclyn Hill concealer, just a little bit. I'm going to tap this in with the same Sephora number 71 brush around my eye. This is a great brush. Sephora number 71 concealer brush. Follow the lines around my eyes, my natural lip line, that is. Gonna blend this in. I switched back to the Morphe brush. This is Morphe M, like Mary, 173. I'm gonna tap that in. And as I said, I'm working with the Jaclyn Hill concealer. So this is an actual concealer. I'm gonna go all the way around. Right now I'm focusing on the eyes. I always do my eyes first. Now I'm not going for a heavy glam, although glam is relevant to the individual. Okay, so this will get blended out with the rest of my makeup. I'm going to start my eyes with the Danessa Merrick Beauty Blooming Romance palette. I'm going to start here. I'm going to use a blending brush. This is by Japonesque, I think from Amazon. I'm just going to go in a little bit with this pomade formula in Adorn. Okay? I'm going to make windshield wiping motions with my eyes open. Windshield wiping motions with my eyes open. Voila. Of course, I'm going to go in on the other side. Windshield wiping motions back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Add a little more. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm going to switch to another blending brush, eye blending brush. And I'm going in with the color using the same palette, the color in Evermore in the pomade formula. Okay? So I'm going to sculpt around my eyes with this. Regard. Okay, don't get scared. Trust the process. When you try this, believe in yourself. You can do it. Okay. Now we're going to blend this out. I'm actually going to blend this out with the ELF, ELF, Flawless Concealer Blush. It's a little fluffier. Just going to blend this out. Make it make sense. Voila. From here, I'm going to add a lash. Add a lash. I use an eyelash glue that I actually get from a beauty supply store. They're in all beauty supply stores. It's called Super Strong Hold Eyelash Adhesive in black. And it's on a wand. And I take the wand and I go across my upper lid, just like I'm putting on a liquid eyeliner. Regard. Now, of course, you let this dry for a minute. Let it get tacky, but not completely dry. Tacky means you can lightly touch it. It's not dry. but it's ready for your lash. So I keep this on. These lashes are La Mercerie from the Dollar Tree. You got 1, 2, 3 pairs for $1.25. I'm going to double them up and use 2 pairs. Regard. I look down into a mirror. Voila. With the lash that I'm going to put on top, I'm going to add a little bit of the adhesive to the lash line of the full lash. I decided, now I have one lash on both eyes. I decided I'm just gonna go with this. Go low-key glam for Jay today. Onto my face, I'm going to use a little of the NYX Blur in the deep bronze on my face. I take a little and put into my hand. I'm going to use the warmth of my body. This is it. That's it. I'm going to use the warmth of my body to warm it up and to put it on my face. I'm using a foundation brush from Juvia's Place. Great brushes, by the way. Dip it in and lightly apply to my face. I tend to not wear a lot of foundation. I love foundation. This is more of like a blurring tint for me. Cover underneath your chin, not too far down your neck. Voila. Tarte Sculpt Tape, contour just a little. And I apply it directly on my cheekbone, not underneath, not on top, but on. I take a generic Amazon brush. I don't know what the name is, but I love this angled brush. And I blend out comme ça. I add a little here, same side. I'm looking off to the side. A little here on the side, a little here, my jawline, and down underneath my chin. Jaclyn Hill bronzer in Daycation, same brush. Warm up the face. I'm going to set underneath my eyes with the Huda Beauty and the Cherry Blossom Cake. Just a little. And you have to do what works for you. I don't set my eyes immediately, as you saw after I add concealer. I use this angled puff. You may hear Alexa talking. I'm gonna blend this out at the end. Voila. On a normal day, I do not bake, in quotation marks, but I'm gonna let that sit a little bit, and I'm gonna use a little of the Rare Beauty. This is the in Chestnut to go all over my face. I'll be right back. Using a big powder brush from e.l.f., I'm just gonna go in a little with this. Looking off to the side, I apologize. Go all over your face, underneath your chin. It's a great powder, by the way. Rare Beauty, my color is chestnut. Let's move on. Using the Groundwork Defining Neutral palette by Danessa Merrick Beauty, I'm going to use the color Bark in the Pomade blend. That's the little skinny one over here. And I'm going to line my lips with this. How is everyone today? This is for those of you who keep telling me I don't talk on my videos. So every now and then, I will give you a talk through. Now this didn't provide a deep, dark brown around my lips because that's not what I'm doing today. But just a little definition. I decided to add a little NARS blush in Savage. Just a little. Going to use a generic red lip. I'll be back. A little NYX The Face Glue Setting Spray. You gotta get this, guys. I love it. Spray. We're done. Let's go forth and conquer.